Hello, I'm two-time Basie nominee Anthony Chidichimo. Actor, singer, dancer, comedian, all-around entertainer.
One of my most favorite memories working with Anthony, to limit it to one, would be difficult to do.
Very witty, funny, just a perfect person.
What I enjoy most working with Anthony would probably be his sense of humor along with his sense of professionalism.
For the past 4 years, I've been heavily involved with the arts here at Ocean Township. I've been in almost every school play and musical that they've had on. I've been in Voicemail, a men's choir group, and I was in So You Think You Can Dance, and won.
I am Teddy Kernizan, the new choral director here at Ocean Township High School. I have worked with Anthony in the past. I've worked with him in Voicemail, and I've worked with him in The Addams Family. So Anthony was Gomez in Addams Family. So I was the music director. I helped him vocally to prepare for the role.
What I enjoy most about being an artist, like an actor, is just I get to entertain people. I love entertaining people, whether I'm on a stage or I'm in a classroom. I like to make people laugh.
We were having a meeting in the choir room, and he decided that he wanted to be a teacher.
Any chance I get, I will tell a joke. It's a great feeling. I love the way it makes me feel. I like making other people laugh. Makes me feel accepted. Makes me feel human. I really like it because, it's just something I have. People are like, oh, he's funny, but people always say oh my God, you're so funny. And I try and pride myself on being funny.
His strongest trait would have to be his willingness to be successful, carrying something with performing, like how he wants to definitely do the best that he can in order for someone to laugh or the audience to just get what he's doing. I think that that's one of his strongest traits.
Oh, he's just funny. He's a funny kid, very warm character. I would love to work with him again, and I feel robbed of not being able to have worked with him for 4 years. So,
I would describe Chidi as naturally comedic. He's just always funny. It's not like he tries to do it; it just happens for him, and it's just great. It's so easy to work with him because he's just so funny.
My favorite memory working with Anthony would have to be watching him and Tyler Durkin do Abbott and Costello during the fall show this year. They were funny, they were believable, and they were really true to the characters.
Best memory of working with Anthony is doing the park testing skit. That skit was thought of and shot in one day. It was just random sketch that he was like, oh, we're bored, let's do something. So we did it, and it was turned to be one of our better sketches. It was very funny, and I enjoyed doing it. So he thought off the spot, and we just shot off the spot. So it was nice and easy.
It's cool.
My proudest moment was getting nominated for 2 Basie Awards. The Basie Awards are awards given to high schools for acting excellence or directing or stage, or just anything for a drama or a musical, and I was nominated twice for Best Supporting Actor in a Drama for the play Louder, I Can't Hear You, and Best Lead Actor in a Musical for Little Shop of Horrors.
My favorite memory with Anthony on the stage was whenever he was Mr. Mushnick, because I think he was the best role for that. He was good in Addams Family and every other play. He was great, but I think his best suited performance was Mr. Mushnick.
It felt great. Acting, it shouldn't be about being recognized, and it totally isn't. I don't need the recognition, but getting recognized is really nice. What got me interested in acting was the film Little Shop of Horrors. I saw it at a very, very young age, and it was a musical, and I loved it. I loved all the singing. I loved every second of it, and I wanted to be a part of that. And then I saw it on Broadway and at a very, very young age, and I fell in love with the theater. I wanted to do that. I was like, I want to be up there singing and acting and dancing. That's what I want to do.
I find that he is great to work with overall, and also I just love this year, especially when we did The Addams Family, how he took ownership to even help with directing. I think he blocked one of his own songs with Julia Crean, who played Wednesday, and I was so proud of them as seniors just to take ownership of that. So that just shows like what a good person he is to not only work with, but his professional level too is great.
I was about like 7 or 8, and he was like 10 or 11, and we did a production of Pinocchio at the Eatontown Playhouse. And whenever I didn't know what to do, he always helped me, and he was always there for me whenever I needed help.
I really didn't think I was going to get this much support with being in the arts, especially with my dad being a big sports guy. But he loves it. He loves seeing me on stage. He loves it when I'm up there. What got me most interested in film would probably be two things. Who Framed Roger Rabbit, by far, is my favorite film of all time.
Cut, 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 cut! What the hell is wrong with that take?
And I watched all the behind the scenes of how they made it, and it was just amazing how everything was made, and it just really inspired me. Like, I want to do something like that. I want to make something like this. And also a man named Doug Walker, also known as the Nostalgia Critic, who at a young age I saw him, and he's an internet reviewer, and he reviews movies, and it just really got me into film and how films should be and what films are good and what films are bad, because at a time, I liked every movie. Like, I could see complete garbage or like a beautiful art house film, and I'd love them both equally. But as I started getting older, I started to develop, thoughts and intelligence, and he really guided me towards the right way of movies, not the wrong way. I always loved the character Roger Rabbit. He always made me laugh. And there's one particular quote that he used that struck a chord with me at a very young age. And the quote is, "A laugh is a very powerful thing. Why sometimes in life it's the only weapon we have." And for me, that's very true. If I were to be stripped of everything tomorrow, the one thing that I would have is my comedy. That's it, is my sense of humor, making people laugh.
Just always making jokes, like whenever we were at parties or just like when I was with his friends, I always hear him laughing and his friends laughing or the family laughing. I want to see him on Broadway or in the classroom, whichever one he prefers.
I plan on taking my talent in the future, just in my future. I want to be in the entertainment business, so I'm going to try to write new material, maybe do stand-up one day. That's one of my biggest dreams. Try and film as many things as I can to get myself out there. I just really want to entertain people. And, if I don't, I'm not going to consider myself a failure. It's just pretty much giving up on a dream, and that might hurt. My worst experience was this year. I auditioned for in the Mason Gross School of Arts at Rutgers to be accepted and to go there for acting. I was not admitted. I was rejected, and that was good for me because we need some of those rejections. When I was in 6th grade, the first play I ever auditioned for in middle school, I didn't make it. I was devastated, but I accepted it, and that just made me strive to try harder and harder. Failure makes you human.
Well, I know he mentioned something to me about becoming a history teacher, which I can definitely see him teaching in some capacity because he has that charisma about himself.
He wants to be a history teacher, and he really wants to be in the high school area.
But I hope that he does do something with acting or comedy. I could see him being part of like Saturday Night Live or something. I don't know, like being part of that cast. I have that like vision for him.
In the future, I hope Chidi continues to act because he's very good. I saw him in Little Shop of Horrors and in The Addams Family. He was very good in both of them. I enjoyed both his performances, and I was amazed at how well he can act for a kid our age.
The advice I give to someone who wants to get into acting is don't feel embarrassed about anything you do. Whatever you do in life, don't feel embarrassed, because 9 times out of 10, people will be laughing with you and not at you. I got very far in my life always taking that risk and telling that one joke or, doing that one movement, and it's usually worked in my favor.